Hey guys, this is Sunday 1520 with the second admin command video and another Roblox scripting video if you want it in the context of the full playlist. But none of that matters. Anyways, into this script here. Oh, it's back down to the low size. Here we go. I think this is how big we had it last time. Alright. So, now that we got a good mic for the last couple videos, now we got big text, everything's perfect, isn't it? It's just a great life these days. So, anyways, let's move on in our admin commands. So, this isn't running, obviously. It's just a random function. It'll read it. It'll be like, oh, that's great. But there's nothing really triggering it. But it returns true. It'll make itself true. It still does all that. But we need something else. We got nothing happens big right now. So what we want to do is function, and we need a player added function, and we're just gonna call our parameter new player. So we got so we got a new function, player added. We're gonna trigger this off of player added event, and we'll do that in a second. Actually, you know what? We'll do that right now. So game dot players dot player added. What are we gonna connect? Player added event, of course. There we go. So, the reason I'm putting this at the bottom is because we want it to read over this and get a true or false, true or not nil value before we do this function, because this function is about to depend on this, and as well the things we have in the middle, all of our commands, we want it to know all of them before anything happens. It's sort of like a fail-safe. If you ever have it where like there's a loop and you want to connect it to something, but you know it never happens, you put the loop in the function and then you go all the way down and don't trigger the loop until the end. It's just sort of a fail-safing way of doing things. But yeah, so we're gonna use it here. Anyways, function player added. So this is gonna happen once the player is added. So if player add min test. That's not the actual function. If player admin test. The parameter for that is going to be the new player's name. Then. So this line, I haven't really done any of this with you guys. So player admin test. What it does is if player admin test new player dot name. So it always, when you have an if statement, it's always looking for true. No, even if you don't signify that you want it to equal true, it's looking for true anyways. So we could put equals true, but there's no reason to. So it's going to run through this function, and if it returns true, then it'll go on with this if statement, whatever after it. And the reason we put new player dot name here is because this parameter will connect to this parameter. So then the name now comes the new player's name. So whoever was just added to the game, their name becomes the name in the parameters, so that we can check the name if it's an admin from the admin table. So that's what you're doing there. You can connect parameters, and that's what we just did. So now that we've done that, so now it's told us, if we get to here, it's told us that the person's an admin. So actually we don't want that. So new player dot chatted. So we use our chatted event, because now that we know they're an admin, we actually want to check if they're saying anything ever. We connect an event that we're gonna make, or a function we're gonna make called chatted, and elsewise, you know, it doesn't really matter. We can just sort of print like no. like the player's not an admin, so no. And we end our function and our if statement, and that is that. So what we got here, we got this at the very end, which once a player's added, it's going to connect to this function. This function begins if PlayerAdded new player.name. So the function PlayerAdded, which is right up here, if the new parameter new player.name, so the player that was just added is called new player, its name will now equal this parameter of name. Don't ask me why that happens. It does. We're connecting the parameters. It's just the way Roblox is. To be honest, I hardly understand it. I just know how to use it, which is all the understanding you really need. So, name. We go through for IV and pairs, the admins table. If the name equals the name of any value in the admins table, then we now check if the player has chatted. So now that we know they're an admin, every time they chat, it'll connect to this chatted function that we're going to make later. And I'm just going to make function chatted right here, and I'll just say do that in one of those little note things for next tutorial. So yeah, new player chatted, we're now checking if they ever talk, and if they do, we're going to connect to this function that we will make next time. So now we've got it to the point where we check if the person is chatting. So we know they're an admin, and we're connecting them to the new add the actual command part, which will be the last tutorial, or maybe not the last. It depends how many admin commands I decide to do with you guys. But the last tutorial before the script is finished to its minimum capability. Oh man, I just really screwed that up. Okay, so yeah, that's that. I hope you guys understand that. If you don't, leave a comment as always, like, subscribe, all that jazz. I will catch you guys on the next tutorial. Keep your test places going. See ya.